on, Foxy. It's your birthday. Not for real, just for play. This is Cree Summer, and Moana Nui will be right back.
Thank you for tuning in with the Moana Nui Podcast. We are here at Dreamhack Atlanta, and we are here to talk to one of the artists here in the Artist Alley Indie Creator area. Can you introduce yourself and also tell them about what you do?
Definitely. My name is Jordan Solomon. I go by King Solomon 217 on Instagram. I am an illustrator, graphic designer. So what I currently do is I pick some of my favorite characters, cartoons, animes, and I put like an urban twist to them. And I also do custom tie-dye t-shirts, and I do the same thing. I put my characters of the characters that I recreate on here as well.
Awesome. What made you to go into becoming an artist?
I've always been drawing my whole life. It's always been a passion of mine, drawing and creating different characters. So it was just always something that was in me. So I went to school and everything for it, and I just kept pushing on through, kept drawing, and just kept trying to motivate myself just to work on my portfolio and get my collection up a lot bigger.
Very nice. So what inspired you to give an urban twist to a lot of the characters that are currently out there?
Definitely. Well, growing up, I always see myself as some of the characters, so I wanted to actually have a physical copy of it, so that's what actually inspired it. And it also helps out with me to recreate and think about different characters or different storylines as well, so it just helps out with the creativity.
Awesome. Now, I know you mentioned earlier that you also work with Black Lions and Cubs. How did that partnership develop, and what do you do for them?
So definitely. So I met him at a couple of different Comic Cons ago. He's a cool gentleman who has a different story that he's pushing out there as well. Has different different comics and cards as well. So it's definitely somebody to check on out. And just doing different Comic Cons, I met him there. And what I'm currently working with him right now is hopefully in the future do a lot more art with him as well. So create different characters or posters and things of that nature.
Okay, very nice. Is there any other indie creators that you currently partner with that you do any of their artwork?
Down at the other end, it's the Urban Legends.
Okay.
It's a card game as well. Definitely make sure to check those guys out as well. So they have different cards. So I actually helped them create a couple of a card, and I'm working on the other card with them right now. Like I said, they're here. They're just all the way down in the other area near like the magic cards.
All right.
Definitely.
And where do you find your inspiration for a lot of your original art?
Well, original art is just sitting down at home by myself, meditating, thinking of different images and how can I basically just make it more of myself and how just taking different references and putting more of myself into it. So just sitting with myself and creating, basically.
Very nice. For those that are watching, especially the youth that are out there, what recommendations can you give to them that are wanting to get into doing more with their creativity and get into being artists for comics or indie creators or anything like that?
Definitely, I would just say set a time limit a day, even if it's an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, to sit down, work on something, get those creativity, get that mind going. So even if it's you sketch out something today and then you finish it a week later, just get the idea going, get it moving so it can so you can move on to the next one. That would be my suggestion.
Very nice. Is there any upcoming projects that you can talk about that we can look out for?
Currently, I'm still working on one of my comics as well. Finalizing the story right now, finalizing a couple of the characters. So that should definitely be coming out, and how you can keep following that will be on my Instagram, King Solomon 217.
Awesome.
Definitely.
And then if anyone that is not here is interested in purchasing anything from you, how can can they go to order any of your prints or your shirts or any of your posters or stickers?
So Instagram will be the best way again. I also have my website in the link in the bio, JordanSolomonDesign.com. Definitely feel free to check me out there. But if you go to King Solomon 217 on Instagram, everything pops up right from there.
All right, awesome.
Definitely.
And for any of the indie creators out there that are looking for an artist that they can partner up with for their upcoming comics or projects, how can they reach out to you if they're interested in doing a contract with you?
Definitely, Instagram definitely be the best way again. Or you can always send an email to jordansolomon2014@gmail.com. But again, that's linked in the bio and my Instagram too.
Okay, awesome.
Definitely.
And is there any final words or anything you want to share with the audience about you, your craft, or anything that you want to share?
Definitely. Well, I got a few things that's on the lookout. A few things you need to be on the lookout for. A few more shirts, a few more posters, and also my own characters coming out there. So just be on the lookout for those things, and also different partnerships. And if you have any idea that you'd like to bring to life, you can always hit me up.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. And then we'll be talking with Black Lions and Cubs a little bit later, so you can learn about them and their project and everything they have going on. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be talking with you a little bit later with our next interview.
Okay.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. If this the land of the free, was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it cedar lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves a republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe. As a part of their ongoing war with Asia, used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. We will. So if we put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course, versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course, cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe. As a part of their ongoing war with Asia, used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. Network out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.